So I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm just gonna do a little story time. Hopefully you will enjoy. Maybe your children will enjoy it. And it'll make them sleepy. So maybe my little niece is watching. Shout out. So this is the story of Hansel and Gretel. And it's by Brothers Grimm. Hansel and Gretel. Adapted from the original by Brothers Grimm. Once upon a time there lived a poor woodcutter with his wife and his children, Hansel and Gretel. One day the children overheard their stepmother say, "We don't have enough to eat. We must leave your children in the woods or we will all starve." They're listening. The next day, the children were led deep into the forest, then left behind. Gretel cried, "However will we get home?" Hansel said, "Don't worry, I left a trail of breadcrumbs to show us the way." But when they looked along the forest path, they found no breadcrumbs. The wild birds had eaten every one. Gretel began to cry. Her brother said, "You'll see, we'll find our way. And we'll find some food too." But all the same, they did not. They wandered in hunger for days, deeper into the forest, until at last they came upon a cottage made of gingerbread, with cookies as a roof and windows of transparent sugar. Gingerbread house. "I'll eat a bit of this," said Hansel, "and you can eat some of that." Just as Hansel broke off a piece of gingerbread, a woman poked out her head and said, "Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who's nibbling at my house?" Then she said, "Please, children, do come in." As soon as they were inside, the woman locked up Hansel and put Gretel to work. She told poor Gretel, "Fetch some water and cook something for your brother. When he's nice and fat, I'll eat him up." The old woman was really an evil witch. Poor Hansel. But as the witch built up the fire, Gretel quietly sneaked behind her and shoved her as hard as she could. Then Gretel slammed the oven door and ran to set her brother free. Pushed her in the oven. Smart girl. The children found their way home and fell into their father's arms. "Children," he cried, "I haven't had a happy moment since you've been gone." In time, the father sent his wife away to work in the city, and so the family lived happily ever after. The end. And so that's the story of Hansel and Gretel.